Sarah Jakes and Patrick Wooten. Bishop Patrick Wooten seems to be having an issue with Sarah Jakes and the Woman Evolve Conference. He actually referred to them as the Heathen Conference. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is something to have to deal with his inability to kind of understand the stuff that he's saying, and it's actually going to have an effect on people's lives and so forth. But, you know, I thought this morning that I would come to you. Good morning, I'm having my cup of coffee. And talk to you this morning about Bishop Patrick Wooten and his heathen comments. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. What is it about Bishop Patrick Wooten where he just seemingly seems to try and always interject himself into things that he think will, of course, make him go viral? And of course, we're the ones who make him important because, of course, we're going to make videos about the stupid things that he says. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man who is a part of an organization called the Church of God in Christ. I typically refer to them as the Church of God in Crooks. And this is an organization that last meeting that I attended had a annual budget about $5 million for helping to pay families and victims of people who had been essayed by preachers and bishops in the COGIC church. I find it the height of hypocrisy for this man to be coming out here referring to the Woman Evolve Conference as a heathen conference. Can I just say you're all heathens in my book? So you don't get to pick and choose your heathenistic and heathen stuff. You're a heathen and so is she. And if I really want to be honest, I guess we're all heathens because if you want to look at it, all of us have sinned and come short of the glory of God, right? But it's the hypocrisy of Bishop Wooten to come out here and talk about the fact that these people, because they charge a registration fee. Well, Bishop Wooten, don't the Church of God in Christ have a bunch of fees for missionaries and evangelists and all of these other people? Don't y'all have to report as an organization when you guys have your big conferences, which would trump any sort of registration fee that Sarah Jakes Roberts is charging at her Woman Evolve conference? So here's the thing that I find very, very interesting. It is the hypocrisy of it all for me. You come out here all of the time. If you're not talking about Women Evolve, you're talking about a woman's thong. It's always something weird with you. But you're also the same man who allowed Mark Robinson, that racist Republican African-American, to stand up in your pulpit and say some of the craziest stuff to black people. And you had, you didn't care anything about that just because, he was talking all of that rhetoric. And you're over there with your Jesus pride and all of that other stuff, silly stuff that you do, them stunts that you try to prove, but you want to call them a heathen. Here's something I want to say. We don't have the old church that we used to have. It's the same thing I try to tell, when I look at people like Henry Louis Gates and all of these people who are so fascinated and they make all of these documentaries about what church used to be like. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the era of the preacher with Gucci socks, who's Gucci down to their socks. You're not in the era of a preacher who is trying to remain humble, or you're trying to deal with preachers who have some level of humility. No, ladies and gentlemen, you are dealing with the boots on the ground kind of organization and pastor. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're dealing with in our society today.
See, what these people are trying to do, they're trying to love these people more than they love Christ and still claim to be true disciples. And will fool you, and there you go paying registration. Down there at the heathen gathering, and everybody's stand up there practicing in a church gathering. Boots on the ground.
I know this is about to sound like a crazy statement, but what's the difference between their boots on the ground, Patrick Wooten, and y'all practicing all of y'all dance moves and all of that ridiculous shouting that y'all be doing every 5 seconds? The people come up to the microphone and say hello, and the next thing you know, the music starts. Don't y'all do a whole bunch of dancing at the COGIC convention? Oh, it's just a different type of dance. Imagine if you all had a bunch of fans in your hand. Would that make a difference? Instead of you just having the boots on the ground, you'd have your fan while you dance. And as a matter of fact, some of the ladies do be having a fan in their hand when they're doing all of that dancing. I'm just saying, you don't realize, Patrick Wooten, that you're in the Circus Dole church. There's everything coming in the institutional church. Now, you got lions, tigers, bears. I'm amazed at you guys' hypocrisy. You know, just because it's boots on the ground, you think your dance is better than their dance. I find it to be really, really interesting. To tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, all of it to me is a bunch of malarkey at this stage of life, because he's trying to say, oh, they're not disciplined followers of Jesus because they have a fan and they're doing a boots on the ground. And, you know, they're doing their little moves to the left and to the right. Well, hello, we as a culture, we've always acclimated some type of dance into the worship experience. So I guess if it would have been a mime or it would have been some of those other types of dances, you would have been okay with that. I'm just confused by what makes it hypocrisy for them, but okay. Well, it makes it heathens for them, but it makes it okay for you. I'm confused by that, Bishop Wooten. I'm confused by your lack of balance in how you approach the situation. I think everything is open game nowadays. That's why I told y'all many years ago, when they get ready to bring the stripper pole right up in the church, because it's coming, or you just wait till the singles ministry is covered by KY Jelly. Y'all watch what I tell you. And every man in America going to be up there in the singles ministry. You just get ready, because y'all don't think it's going to happen. But I promise you, you're going to find these people right up and through there, and you're going to have to deal with it. I'm just saying, because it's going to happen. You're going to find people are going to be worshiping a whole lot more when the singles ministry is sponsored by Penthouse. All the brothers, we will be back. I'm just saying. And you know, what's the sad part about it is you all don't really see the direction that you're going in, but you're trying to call out other folks that are in your same kind of situation. Here's the thing. It would be much more beneficial to you, Bishop Wooten, if you went to Sarah Roberts and got an understanding of what was going on, because I wasn't there and you wasn't there either. So the only thing you're concentrating on is the fact that it was boots on the ground and that it was happening in church. Well, all sorts of things happen in church. I don't hear you talking about Bishop Charles Brown, who was a part of your organization at the Church of God in Christ. And according to the report and the alleged things that he had done, and the only reason why he didn't go to jail was because they said that the statute of limitations had run out. I didn't hear you getting in your bully pulpit talking about Bishop Charles Brown. Where were you? Why weren't you calling him a heathen? What happened, Patrick Wooten? But because he's a part of the COGIC organization, you just decided to not address that ever? I find it really interesting, because surely with some of the behavior that he was exhibiting, he was a straight up heathen. I'm just saying. So if we're judging heathen activity and we're talking about who's heathens, I mean, you would have to agree, Bishop Wooten, at some point that you would have to acknowledge or say something about what transpired between Bishop Charles Brown. But see, here's the thing. You guys don't speak about it when it's your friend. You don't speak about it when it's your denomination. You don't speak about it when the folks are in close proximity to you. You only speak about it if it seems to be aloof or far away from you, and it seems to be happening to another denomination. I just find that very, very interesting. And I find your responses to that situation very, very interesting. Bishop Wooten, you want to talk about heathens? I want to give you another word that starts with H. It's called hypocrisy. I believe that you are being a full hypocrite, because just like you're calling them out for their boots on the ground, you should have been calling Bishop Brown out for the things that he was doing within the organization and the Church of God in Christ organization while being in leadership. So where was your crying loud then, Bishop Wooten? So I think it's just a bunch of hypocrisy all the way around. So at some point you have to really come to grips with the fact that you're not really being honest, Bishop Wooten, and calling out your heathens or your hypocrites.